No one wants a good Nigeria. We all just want a Nigeria that would be good to accept our ineptitudes. And that is why, with heavy heart this morning, I'll be reading from what I penned down at midnight because I could not sleep. And I title it The Gathering of Flies, Maggots, and Roaches. Nigeria will never cease to amaze me. And the reason is this: there was a gathering some days ago by a former head of state, an old man that destroyed Nigeria. And there were some other old men that were there and they were clapping for him. And my question is, what did he do that he deserved a clap? This man literally said, and I quote, he regrets annulling the June 12th election. And everybody was clapping for him. And he also said if he had a chance to do it again, he would have done it better. There were big men there that do not deserve our respect. There were former head of state there that do not deserve any respect from Nigeria. Why do I say this? People like Seeking, people like Showore, people like Nnamdi Kanu, and the list is endless, did not do 1/3 million of what this old man did, but they were labeled traitors, charged with treasonable offense to the Federation. The man is no other than Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida in his new book that he launched some days ago. And I call that gathering the gathering of flies, the gathering of roaches, and the gathering of maggots. Flies will perch on anything that is decaying, that is rotten. That is where they get their nutrients from. And those gathering that day is filled with men that feed on the rot and the decay of the society and the nation called Nigeria. Now, for you, let me quickly explain to you if you don't understand what happened in 1993. There was an election that would have ushered in a new age of peace in the country. But this man annulled it. And for you that does not know the meaning of annulled, annulment means he cancelled it. He cancelled the election and he declared it null and void. Now, before this election, they have built, because there were two political parties, NRC and SDP. The then president, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, has built secretariats all over the country for these two parties. And when he cancelled the election, those buildings went to waste. Taxpayers' money. The building were wasted. Now, let me read what I said. Abiola, after the annulment of the election, he was jailed and he later died in prison. So let me ask all the old men from Dangote to Otto Eze to former Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, why are you clapping? Are you clapping because Abiola died in jail? Are you clapping because Abiola was sent to prison for contesting that I won an election? Let me break it down to you at home. Maybe you would have an understanding. You went to the bank and you want to make a withdrawal. After making the withdrawal, the manager collected the money from you. And you met the manager, this is my money, give me my money, and they throw you in jail. 5 years later, you died in that jail. And the manager now came 32 years later and said, do you know what? This money I collected from this guy that day, I regret it. And people are clapping for him. Tell me, why are they clapping? Everybody in that gathering did not deserve our respect as a Nigerian, because it's a gathering of roaches, it's a gathering of flies, and it's a gathering of maggots. Now they were donating 2 billion, 5 billion for a library that the then head of state that ruined this country, because everybody in that gathering had opportunity to fix this country, but none of them did. Former President Yakubu Gowon was there. What did you do, Mr. Yakubu Gowon? Are you not the one that they said you pack all the money to one bank in abroad and blah blah blah? You are denying it allegedly. What have you done, Mr. Yemi Oshibajo, former vice president? What did you do to advance this country? Is it not a shame that Nigeria is behind Malaysia? Nigeria used to borrow countries money. Nigeria used to bail out countries, but now Nigeria is owing debt. We are owing Brazil. We are owing India. How can Nigeria, the giant of Africa, be owing India debt? And yet, you are clapping. Now, let me make you understand something, right? When you go on Twitter and you go on Facebook and you see people talking about this book, they are not talking about the book in a way everybody is talking about it, calculating, because I've not read the book. I don't want to read the book, but I've seen excerpts on the social media. And people are counting. People are fighting amongst themselves. Igbo did not vote for Abiola. Abiola did not win a single state. That election was 32 years ago. It was annulled. Either Abiola won in the north or in the east is not your concern. Your concern now, you should be angry that a man took away the very principle of democracy. A man took away someone's right. Now, after that June 12 annulment, there was a massive protest. And that was what gave birth to Omoyele Sowore. It was in Unilagas at that time. And there was protests across the country. A lot of people died. A lot of people lost their life. And when IBB is saying, I regret that annulment, and people were clapping for him, I want to ask all the elders again, are you clapping for all the people that died during June 12th? You go online and read about June 12th, post-election, and see how many people died. A lot of Anthony Enahoro died. Frank Kokori died. That gave birth to Fela Omoyele Sowore. It's what led to the incarceration of Fela Nicola Kokuti, and he later died in prison. Abiola died in prison. Kudirat Abiola died. Maybe you don't get angry at these issues, and you are the only thing is Abiola should have won. These people ruined Nigeria, and they are clapping. I call it a gathering of roaches, a gathering of flies, and a gathering of maggots. All of them do not deserve our respect. Or you think Dangote loves Nigeria? Hell no. There are no friends in politics. There are no enemies in politics. Only interests. Dangote does not love Nigeria. Otto Eze does not love Nigeria. What IBB did by releasing this book is a treasonable offense. But because nobody loves Nigeria, they are all clapping for him and laughing. And you people are fighting amongst yourselves. This book should have been outlawed, should have been banned. It saddens my heart. Saddens my heart that you can't even talk about anything in Nigeria. Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is in prison now. What did he say? We want to continue. Let's have a state of Biafra. And yet a man wrote a book that he is sorry he annulled the election. Electoral malpractice and electoral is a crime. Is criminality. That book is a criminality. IBB should be in jail by now. Should be led away by the DSS and the State Security Service, the SSS, and he should be put into a jail, irrespective of the fact that he has stroke. And they are all laughing. And Oshibajo said in one of his speeches, and people are clapping for him, he should have been the best president. These people don't deserve our respect. They don't deserve anything for. They deserve only curses, disgust. Everybody that attended that gathering, they have no interest of Nigerians in their hearts. They feed on the rotten and decayed society. You can come for me, but know this: the truth will always be the truth. Even if I die 1,000 years from now, the truth will be the truth. People would know I spoke the truth. Ire o.